The Battle of Hastings, 1066, October. The Norman horsemen rushed at the Saxon foot soldiers toward the edge of the meadow, sabers or crossbows drawn, peering through shield helmets. Aaron of the Saxons, blond, sidestepped and lunged at the charging Frion, a muscled Norman, dark-haired one, dear to William himself. The horse whinny screamed as Aaron's dagger struck his ribcage. Horse saliva was smeared on Aaron's shoulder. Frion whirled and struck with his saber at two Saxons, Aaron and another, but the blade whistled above their heads. Again Frion charged, and as the horse reined up at the man, he was pitched to the ground, still gripping the handle of his saber. The rising roar and screech of the battle became deafening. Men and horses whirled, charged, roared, screamed, whinnied, grunted, clashed. Metal fell heavily. Mon Dieu, mein Gott, mein Gott. Frion swung his long saber. Aaron ducked. The blade struck another Norman on the chest, who fell heavily under another Norman horse. Aaron pulled a dagger from his tunic and lunged at Frion, still the closest Norman, who was struggling to regain his balance. Aaron's blade catching Frion's gloved hand, ripping the saber from his grasp. The Frenchman jerked his own dirk from his mailed loincloth and stood facing Aaron, arms held wide. Both were in battle poise. Daggers drawn. Aaron dropped his dagger and pulled his short-handled axe from his belt behind. All England was in the balance. Arrows flew, sabers clashed. Men lay groaning in blood on every side. Aaron and Frion lunged and stabbed, whirled, and gripped each other, seizing the other's weapon wrist. The power of Norman France, Normandy, England, Hastings, Aaron and Frion, arms wrestled, trembling overhead. Empires in blood and sabers, courage for fear, death, and hideous wounds, spurting blood from men and horses. Frion jerked suddenly free, and plunged his dirk into Aaron's middle, who brought his short axe suddenly down in his recoiling agony, and it plunged into Frion's neck, a severed ear hanging swinging as blood spurted. Both fell to the ground. Their eyes met, fear and terror. Suddenly, Aaron felt a warrior's compassion as he saw Frion's hideous neck, his death so soon nearby, and Aaron's own torn abdomen, his clothing now warm and sticky with blood. Empire with horrible fear. Oh mon Dieu, oh God, I'm dying, finish me off. They crawled toward each other, horses careened close by. They reached to finish the kill. Their fingers clawed at the other's face. Their bodies moved so little now. Both lay close by, almost as though in rest after some dread and unforgettable ecstasy. The Battle of Hastings was fought the rest of that day, October 14th, 1066, with screams and steel, blood and brains, terror and triumph, empire and the silence of defeat that lasts until both the winner and the loser merge after 1,000 years into the same society and language, with no one living who knew or honored those other Saxons or Normans on that other day so long ago, or ever knew the names of Aaron the Saxon or Frion the Norman. 1995.